Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. And by Pete's Pizza, celebrating 40 years serving the St. Catharines and Niagara Falls area. Pete's Pizza. Life is not about finding yourself, it's about finding pizza. If you're hungry, visit petespizzaniagara.ca.
Where are bagpipes from?
When you have a frog in your throat, should you be concerned? Ribbit.
Celebrating 5 years. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy, where we scour the internet and other sources to gather useless information just for you.
Plus, we'll have another entry from our mailbag and the headline from news from around the world. A lady goes McNuts at McDonald's because they got her order wrong.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
This is Totally Useless Vehicle Information with Nick, Meet, and Roy.
Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. We're getting more and more listeners from around the world, over 65 countries. Thank you, one and all, for listening.
It's great. We really do appreciate it. That's why we do it. I'm going to go first, Nick, for cars.
Sure, go ahead.
The world's first electric traffic signal was in Cleveland, Ohio. It was August 5th, 1914. Before that, Nick, you just had a lot of people going, hey, you're stupid.
So-and-so. I thought you were going to say the corner of useless and information. That's what it sounded like. So for the next couple of car facts, I'm going to tell you what, depending on what brand of car you drive, I'm going to tell you what it says about you. Okay, here are the first five.
Ooh, yay.
If you drive a Dodge Charger, didn't you have a Charger in one of your?
I had once.
Okay.
I had the Charger. It was the worst car I ever had.
What that says is if you drive a Dodge Charger like you did, you're saying I own every album by Kid Rock. If you're driving a Honda minivan, it says I cry myself to sleep at night. If you're driving a Prius, it says I don't mind overpaying for groceries at Whole Foods.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're driving a BMW, what it says about you is I played lacrosse in college. And number 5 of the 10 here I have for you guys. If you're driving an Audi, it says this about you. I use summer as a verb.
And if you're driving a Maserati, you say, gee, I have a great husband.
Gee, who do you know that drives a Maserati?
I'm not saying.
Okay, fine.
In 1911, the first center dividing line appeared in Michigan. Before that, there were no dividing lines. People just drove all over the road.
They still do.
But yeah, exactly, in Michigan especially. But they decided that they were going to make the right side for driving and the left side for oncoming traffic. So they put a line in the road, and that was the first time in 1911. There's also the first no left turn sign was in 1908 in Buffalo, New York. Good thing, because there was a cliff there.
Yes. Yes, of course, because the world is flat. That's why.
It was a helpful sign, don't you think?
I think a long, long time ago, and this is like part of the user's information that's rattling around in my brain, I think there was a study done that you use the most fuel waiting to make that left turn.
Oh, really?
It takes longer for you to make a left turn than any other turn.
Oh.
As opposed to the right turn, I guess.
Oh, sure, because traffic signal.
Exactly. All right. Yeah. The second set of things of the brand of cars that tells this about you. Number 6, if you're driving a Hyundai, it says, I'm your Uber.
That's what I drive, a Hyundai.
Are you an Uber driver?
No.
But you get 5 stars anyway. If you drive a Subaru...
Sometimes I do stop by people and make believe I'm an Uber driver.
Yeah, but they
Get in and I go, I don't give a damn what you say about me. Get the hell out of my car.
what's your number? I want to rate you 0. Sure, try that. If you're driving a Subaru, it says, I've been called a Karen by Trader Joe's managers. Now, if you're driving a Ferrari, it says, I'm hung like a baby pinky. Number 9 of the brand of car that tells this about you is if you're driving a Tesla, it says, the only thing I love more than the environment is myself.
You better believe it.
And finally, number 10, if you're driving a Buick, maybe I should say this differently. If you're driving a Buick, I'll be dead by Thursday. Yeah, hopefully we picked the kind of car that you drive, and this says a lot about you.
Yeah, the first actual self-propelled vehicle was called the Cunette Fardier. In 1769. It was invented by Nicholas Joseph Coniet. It was steam-powered, and it was a tricycle.
Oh.
My Fardiet was powered by natural gas.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Fartiet,
yes. He invented
it's a bicycle powered by my farts.
Right.
Goes about 65 miles an hour.
Yes. With great propulsion.
It gets 5 miles to the can of beans.
Now, if you're in Denmark, don't check under the hood. Check under your car.
Why?
In Denmark, it is a requirement that a driver checks underneath their vehicle to assure that there's no body hidden underneath, alive or otherwise.
Where is this?
In Denmark.
In Denmark.
Right.
Okay. So do they have lots of people sleeping under cars in Denmark, or?
It doesn't say. All it says is that it is a requirement. So if you happen to be traveling to Denmark, be aware that you are to make sure that you check underneath your car to make sure there's nobody there.
Good thing to do.
Yeah.
Very good. I'm glad you let us know that, Nick. This way we can we can all do that and make the world a safer place.
Yes.
In an accident, get ready for this. An airbag deploys in less than 30 milliseconds.
Oh.
Now, 1 second is 1/1000. That's 1 second.
Right.
This is 30 milliseconds. That's like, and it's deployed already. Okay. It's a staggering speed that this thing comes out at. And it can actually break your nose, break your ribs if you're sitting too close and so on. I actually worked for General Motors in the 90s for a brief stint. I did some marketing work for them.
Right.
And I was able to see the actual Mark II airbags that were being placed into the vehicles. Those were the more sophisticated ones, and how quickly they exploded. And they were activated by a switch that literally looked like a snail, and this little metal ball went around in a circle, and when it hit the button, it would go off. And in order for it to go around those 5 circles, it had to be enough force of 30 miles per hour.
Wow.
How cool is that? And then a shotgun shell would go off inside of the airbag to deploy it. So literally, this happens in 30 milliseconds, this whole thing. It's mind-boggling.
Just imagine during the testing processes, right, where they're saying, okay, this is the concept, this is the idea, the engineers have put this together, and they had to get it down to 30 milliseconds. Wow.
Yep. And all they had to do is look at my original design for the farter, and they could have deployed it quicker than that.
Yeah. You go farther in our cars than any other car in the market. So there's a difference between a headlamp and a headlight. So please be careful if you're out there having a conversation with somebody as you're waiting for the red light to turn green and you're having a conversation. There is a difference between a headlamp and a headlight. Headlamp is the term
worn by coal miners.
No. Although, technically, yes, but for the purposes of this conversation, no. Headlamp is the term used for a device which is attached in the front of your vehicle to light the road ahead. That's your headlamp. A headlight is the term which refers to the beam of light produced and distributed by the device.
Oh.
So the headlamp is the device, and the headlight is the beam of light that's produced by that device.
So it's the receptacle.
We are on the iHeartRadio Talk Network. We are on Newstalk 1010 in Toronto.
We're all over the place.
CFRA in Ottawa.
Like dog poop.
CJAD.
Okay.
CJAD in Montreal, CJBK in London, CKTB in St. Catharines, CKLW in Windsor, AM 1150 in Kelowna, BC, and CFAX in Victoria, BC. So we are coast to coast.
LNMOP.
Yes. Coast to coast in Canada. We're also in 65 different countries. Now, you're listening maybe to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
From Beethoven to Bieber, rock and roll to rhythm and blues. This is Totally Useless Music Information with Nick and Roy.
You're a person who's done construction before, right? You're pretty handy around the house, right?
Yeah, I've built a couple of houses, pretty much GC'd them myself, so yeah.
All right. And what's the old adage? You measure twice, cut once?
Cut once, measure twice.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is music. This is what I call measure twice, but cut a record once.
Ooh.
Tyler Hubbard wrote a new song, 5'9", and he's a great husband because it was about his wife, Haley. 5'9". Well, here's the problem with that song. Well, here's Tyler Hubbard. He'll tell you exactly what happened.
I went home that night and said, "Babe, remind me again how tall you are exactly. You're about 5'9", right?" She said, "Yeah, I'm 5'10". And I thought, well, here's a new song I wrote today. I'm sorry I cut you short by an inch, but I hope you like it.
So he wrote the song about his wife, 5'9", but she's actually 5'10".
Oh my God!
But he had already
That's
written.
a big mistake.
Yeah, it is. So the next song, the sequel to that, is "I Sleep in the Doghouse."
That's a big, big mistake. That's like the difference between 7 inches and 6 inches.
Right, and how would you know the difference?
I'm talking about bricks.
Right.
Here. You know, bricks when you're
Of course
building
you
a
are.
building.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Oh yeah, I've never. I've never built a building, so I would imagine I would take your word for it.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. To access the full library of episodes, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com. We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Here's a crazy fact.
Yeah.
Like most of mine.
Mm-hmm.
90% of music is downloaded now.
Oh.
It is literally downloaded onto either phones or computer drives or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But 85% of all music purchased in Japan is sold on CDs.
Still.
Yes, and they're priced. They have to be priced over $25. It's a law.
Oh.
It's a trade law that they have to be over $25. So they can't be under $25.
Is it to discourage the sales?
Well, I know. I think it's just that was the law. They made it $25 and up, and you know, and these people, they love their CDs. I always wanted to start a band in Japan.
Yeah.
And I wanted to call it AHSO.
I'm sure there'll be.
Oh, Nikki.
That's exactly what they're yelling at you on stage. I sold the station. Now, it's interesting you talk about downloading music. This is the end of the Apple iPod. They finally discontinued it. So at one time, yeah, they did. Apple just marked the end of one of the most important product lines in its history. The company discontinued the iPod Touch, which is only available while supplies last, but they stopped producing them. So they called it an iPod because it was a guy by the name of Vinny Chieco. He was a freelance copywriter who was asked to figure out how to introduce this device to the public. He got his inspiration from Stanley Kubrick's movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, particularly from the phrase, "Open the pod bay door, Hal." The pod refers to the white EVA pods of the Discovery 1 spaceship. The I was added because the company had already made the iMac and the iBook. So he was inspired by the movie 2001, Open the Pod Bay Door, Hal, and that's how iPod came to be.
That's cool. I was thinking I like all types of different music, like gospel, and I like rock, and I like pop music, and I also like soul. So I was thinking I could create that band in Japan, but I could also create a band called Soul. Asshole.
Wow, soul.
Asshole.
Right.
You see, Nick? Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. And their first album would be called You're Such a. Okay, the oldest record of music in history.
In history, yeah.
They're from China.
Okay.
Music history and tradition dates back to 3000 BC in China.
Wow.
Remember we discussed they played like this 4-string instrument. I've actually seen it play. It's kind of like a violin, but like a guitar violin. It goes
right, that iconic sound. Yeah.
Yeah, they play it like our soul, But anyway,
send your complaints to nickandroy.com. Contact us. nickandroy.com. Contact us. So
there would be tons of history, but the Jin dynasty came in and destroyed most of the old history that they could because they wanted the people to not be so smart to prevent an uprising. So some things never change in China. Huh?
No, they don't. Yes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Ooh.
Okay. It was the work of an Italian musician and singing teacher, Guido d'Arezzo. He developed towards the end of the 10th century and forms the basis.
Was he Swedish?
Guido d'Arezzo, his second generation.
Sounds like a New York mobster.
His name was Guido. Do, re, mi. Hey, fa.
You go see Guido d'Arezzo. He'll take care of you, okay?
That's right. Don't you do, re, mi, nothing. So forget about it. If this do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do forms the basis of a modern system of musical notation. In about the year 1040, this inspired this genius, Guido. He was Guido. They called it the Guido scale. So, no, it wasn't Rodgers and Hammerstein of The Sound of Music who invented and created do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It was Guido d'Arezzo.
That's so funny because in high school we had a friend named Guido and he had a scale too. He'd say, hey, she's about a 9 or a 10. I don't know.
Yeah. He was always in the principal's office. Hey, Guido, come here.
That one, she's a 5.
Wow.
That principal, a 2.
No, our principal was pretty attractive. Grace Rosa.
Yeah. I liked Grace.
Yeah.
I met her years later. She was friends with my aunt.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I never told you that?
No. So those of you who don't know what we're talking about, neither do we. So don't worry about it. Roy and I met more than 40 years ago in high school. We went to Christopher Columbus in the Bronx, New York. And Grace Rosa was our principal. We didn't call her Mrs. Rosa. We just called her Grace.
Grace. Yeah,
so
Grace.
she knew your aunt. Wow, cool.
Yeah. She brought smelly egg salad sandwiches into work every day and put them in the fridge there.
Yeah.
I used to throw them out. And she'd say, what the hell are you going into my fridge?
Yeah, and because you were already in the principal's office by throwing out her egg salad,
I spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, you did.
Gospel music. If you love it, you'll know this name. Dorsey House of Music Company. Gospel music is like amazing. It really is. It's one of the most soulful music, like that band Soul. No, I keep going back to that. I'm sorry.
No. Quite inspiring though. I mean, if you're not a fan of gospel music, but you hear
gospel music's fantastic. It really is. I mean, you get a lot of the singers like Whitney Houston and so on that started out singing gospel.
Oh yeah.
But Dorsey House of Music, its founder was Thomas Dorsey, known as the father of gospel music. It was the first Black-owned and the first gospel publishing company.
Oh.
It was called Dorsey House of Music and would start off the boom for gospel music.
Excellent. How about Risotto for Rossini? The composer Rossini wrote the aria Di Tanti Palpiti while waiting for some risotto to cook.
I'm touching my pee-pee? What?
No, Di Tanti Palpiti.
Oh.
Don't touch my pee-pee. Soul yourself. While he was waiting for some risotto to cook, he wrote the aria. Besides this, Rossini wrote many pieces inspired by gastronomy and had many dishes named after him, including cannelloni,
Oh,
and apparently he had a thing for truffles.
yeah.
So Rossini was quite involved in the culinary cuisine.
He's that beautiful aria. I gotta do the pee-pee.
No, it's Di Tanti Palpiti. That's right. So let's translate. He wrote Di Tanti Palpiti, which translates into...
And with my cannelloni.
Wow. He's spinning his grave right now.
Ah, solo mio.
I knew that was coming.
Okay. You see bagpipes, right?
Yes.
This is my teaser.
Yes.
Instantaneously, you think of Scotland and a Scottish guy playing the bagpipes in a kilt, right?
Yes. 100%.
That's pretty sick, Nick. I don't think so.
No, I don't always. I don't go around thinking, "Oh, gee, I would like to see that guy in a kilt playing his."
Although I
bagpipe."
do admire the airiness and the ventilation portion of the kilt. If you're on commando in a kilt, could be
Yes.
very interesting.
Yes.
Although the woolen socks don't. But anyway. But the Greeks in 1000 BC were playing bagpipes. In fact, they have a history of it. They wrote about it. They're not sure who actually invented the bagpipe, though.
Oh, okay.
And Nero also makes a notation in one of his type of diaries or journals saying that he learned to play the bagpipe, but none of them actually knew where it actually came from. But it was not Scotland. They picked it up afterwards.
Yep. Exactly. And speaking of airbags, you're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. If you go to our website, you're going to look at the top and it says birthdays, and you're wondering, what's that all about? If you have someone in your life that you'd like to send a very special birthday gift, this is for you. What is it? It's the Nick and Roy's birthday salute to your loved one.
Go on there, folks. If you have somebody that you say, well, they have everything, I don't know what to buy them, this is the perfect gift. Every person that's got one for somebody, they end up getting them for someone else because they just loved it so much. We have so many comments from the people. We've done hundreds of them now. It is insane. It's fantastic.
So go to nickandroy.com/birthdays, nickandroy.com/birthdays to get yours today.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Hey, October is Pizza Month. And what better way to celebrate Pizza Month at Pete's Pizza? Because they know the only way to make the perfect pizza is by using the freshest ingredients. Every day they roll out their own dough to create their signature pizzas, topped with only the freshest ingredients.
News alert. Every day is pizza day.
There you go.
Since 1984, the 6 Niagara locations have been known as the small pizzeria with the big taste, and it's easy on your budget. With locations across St. Catharines and Niagara Falls, you're just minutes away from the best pizza and wings in town.
They're always open late, so find a Pete's Pizza near you.
Pete's Pizza Niagara.ca. That's Pete's Pizza Niagara.ca.
You go on their website, of course, and when you go to their shop and pick up your pizza, check out the specially marked pizza boxes, because Roy and I, gladfully, have supplied some useless pizza facts. So check it out. Pete's Pizza, for 40 years, they've been family-owned and operated. They began at one location at Pleasant Avenue in St. Catharines, and 40 years later, the original shop on 6 Pleasant Avenue in St. Catharines is still open, as well as the other locations, like we said, in St. Catharines and Niagara Falls. If you're hungry, visit Pete'sPizzaNiagara.ca. That's Pete'sPizzaNiagara.ca.
You know, Nick, there are people going to Pete's Pizza, ordering a pizza just to get a picture of us on the box.
Right.
Life is not about finding yourself. No, it's about finding great pizza.
Pete's Pizza.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Where do expressions come from? We want to know right now. Etcetera, etcetera, etcetera. Where did the word etcetera come from? This is translated literally from Latin, which et means and, while cetera means the rest. Thus, the expression translates to and the rest of such things, etc., etc.,
And the
etc.
rest, and the rest, and the rest.
Exactly. Latin.
I never heard this one before, so I was intrigued by it.
Okay.
A daughter from California.
Okay.
Now, again, if you're out there and you're in the medical profession, email us and tell us if you've ever heard this. It refers to and is used by medical professionals like the word Karen,
Really?
but it's used for the daughters of family members that come in and say, listen, you're not doing the right thing. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing this? And the doctor will say, the other doctor, we got a daughter from California.
Really?
Sneaky little expression that everyone knows now.
That's right. Thanks to us. We always encourage you to have a pen and paper with you to write this stuff down, because now you know. And if you're called a daughter of California,
yeah, you just turn around and say, asshole.
Hey, I know you love this one. Why do we call begging panhandling? One of the theories, because they're not 100% sure, but one of the theories is that it is said to come from the habit of beggars of soliciting contributions by thrusting out in tin pans into which generous passerbys would place their coins. Therefore, they had their pans out and they were handling the pan as you stopped by to drop off the coins. Panhandlers.
Huh. I would have thought that it came from like the gold things that you put the sand in there and shook it. And so like you're panhandling for gold or whatever. I don't know.
Well, that's why it's one of the theories. Now, this is one of those bits of information I researched and I researched. I spent a lot of time on this. This is the closest I could find of that it's accurate information, because this is useless information.
And we thank you for that, Nick.
Thank
we
you.
do. We really honestly do.
Yeah. All right, Also, what's your next expression?
Because if you got it wrong, Nick, I'm telling you, dire consequences for the world.
With useless-
65 damn countries. Okay.
Yeah. What was the problem? They gave us wrong, useful information. Okay, then. Sure.
I'll sue them.
Yeah.
Okay. Pull out all the stops.
Ah, okay, I will. What does that mean?
Pull out all the stops refers to a pipe organ, which had stops that would restrict the amount of air, which would restrict the amount of volume. So, of course, when you wanted it at full volume, they'd say, pull out all the stops. Mm-hmm.
Full volume.
Did you folks write that one down?
Yeah, I pull out all the stops to write it down. I did.
If you guys go to a show or two ago, we did Steal My Thunder, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to make you listen to the show.
That's right.
At
So
nickandroy.com. Nickandroy.com.
Okay, we'll give you a hint. It's in season 6, so go find it.
Yes.
Don't dilly-dally as you're doing it. So
Okay.
dilly-dally is the expression. The base word dally came from an old French hundreds of years ago, and what it meant was to chat idly. Over time, dally picked up other meanings, such as to toy with things or spend time idly. By the 19th century, we get dilly-dally as an example of reduplication. And what that is when you repeat the form of a word but change the vowel, you get reduplication. For example, flip-flop, zigzag, and mish-mash.
And dilly-dally.
And dilly-dally. There you go.
You know, I've always said that seeing is believing.
Is it?
Now, that's a cool expression, but it's kind of self-explanatory, right? Seeing is believing. I need to see it to believe it.
So why don't you tell us? So we'll listen to you. You tell us so we can see it and we'll believe it.
No, there's a hearing is believing when you listen to our show, but
Right. Yeah.
in general, no.
Right. So seeing is
Exactly.
believing. So where does that come from?
That goes without saying. So-
Then don't say it.
okay, so seeing is believing.
Right.
So easy to understand, but did you know it comes from an actual sentence? Seeing is believing, but feeling is the truth. And it was then chopped up and they used the seeing is believing. And it's amazing because when you read that sentence, it's really cool. Seeing is believing, but feeling is the truth.
Very profound. I believe it.
It is.
I
Written
see.
by Thomas Fuller and his co-writer, our soul.
I saw and I believe. Here's my teaser. If you have a frog in your throat, If you have a frog in your throat, it means that you're temporarily hoarse due to phlegm collecting in one's throat. Having a frog in one's throat is a temporary, but it's not an ongoing medical condition, so it's nothing serious, really. Usually, you may clear your throat by, just go, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The expression to have a frog in your throat first appeared in the United States during the 1800s and came from the fact that a person is so afflicted that it sounds as if he were croaking like a frog.
I want to open a restaurant up called the Barbecued Frog.
Really?
And like people that enjoy food, like they'll say ribbit,
Right.
barbecued ribs,
Barbecued ribs. Right.
ribbit.
Hop on over to Barbecue Frogs. That's right. No flies on you.
What in tarnation?
Oh,
What in tarnation?
Isn't that something like from the 1800s or something, from the Wild Wild West?
I would assume it's an American term. What in tarnation? But it comes from the word tarnal, meaning eternal. And nation is derived from the word damnation. So rather than saying tarnal damnation, they said, what in tarnation?
Nice.
And it caught on.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to have too many words.
No.
You get exhausted from speaking.
No.
You're listening. Speaking of many, way too many words.
No.
Yeah. You go to our website at nickandroy.com. There are lots of words there, lots of episodes, lots of past episodes for the past 6 seasons plus, over 110 episodes at least now. And here's your opportunity for you to send us an email. Go to the top where it says contact us, and you fill out the info there, and you send us an email. And then you can be just as famous as the people we're about to present. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
Tell you what's in the mail.
What?
Marty from Lakeland, Florida, about 3.5 hours away from me, Lakeland, Florida.
Hey, Marty.
Oh, about 3 hours, yeah. Marty went to nickandroy.com and he left us a message. He wrote, great show. We love it. Why, though? Why,
He's wondering himself, yes. We asked...
He knew that I'd put him on when he wrote that.
Yeah.
Why?
You know what? We asked, Marty, we asked that same question. Why?
And then he wrote, do you make lots of $, $, thumbs up?
Yes, if you go to
Marty,
yes.
No, we don't make a whole load of money.
Right.
We don't. We actually really do this because we love doing it.
Right.
Now, at some point, we'd like everyone to go to nickandroy.com and send us checks.
No.
What do you mean, no? Don't use that one word.
Right.
No. Oh,
So,
no.
Well, if you go to the website, you can check it out. So check out the website, and you can click on them. They give you that great offer as we talked to you about. But thank you, Marty. Really appreciate that. Now, here's something brand new on the website. If you go to nickandroy.com, and on the front page, it'll say you can leave your voicemail, your voice message here. So we're giving you not only an opportunity to email us, but you can send us a voice message. And if you do, and we like it, we will play it on the show.
Hi, I've been listening to your show when I can, and I want to know which one of you has that dirty, infectious laugh. You guys are funny.
Hi, I'm Nick, and thank you very much for your voicemail message. That infectious laugh, in fact, belongs to Roy. Yes, it is quite infectious, and there's no vaccine for it.
So go to nickandroy.com. Yes, we've moved up the technology.
Free airtime, Nick.
Well, we're not saying for commercials. We're talking about the listeners who want to ask a question. So go to
The
nickandroy.com.
non-professionals, we're letting them on.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Nick and Roy for Tom's Place, where the cool guys in Toronto shop. It's time to gear up for the seasons with cool fashions for cooler weather and the very cool Kensington Market.
That sounds cool. Check out the latest fashions. Hey, it's Tom's Place, so even the new arrivals are on sale. New fall colors, new patterns, fresh designs, designer suits, including the new arrivals that retail from up to $600. Nick, They start at $179 at Tom's Place. We're
What?
talking about a suit on sale for our listeners, $179 at Tom's Place.
Wow, you can also check out Tom's fabulous collection of first floor designer suits, regularly up to $650 each. And also, because you're a listener of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, $375 each or 3 for $1,050.
Pick out a couple of sport jackets that you can dress up for the office or dress down for the weekend, or a wool top coat for 50% off on the first floor. There's 50% off top coats, plus designer dress and casual pants, only $99.
Play it cool at Tom's Place, 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market, or visit the website toms-place.com, tom-place.com. Tom's Place will suit you.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Perry from Oakville, Ontario, here in Canada. Roy's in Florida. I'm here in Toronto, Canada. So he sent me a suggestion for our upcoming new topic. So a few episodes ago, I said, hey, we're going to start up a new topic soon, customs and traditions. So he sent me a suggestion for this new topic, which I thought was really cool. So thank you, Perry. He sent the article explaining a ritual like no other. This Indonesian tribe forbids newlyweds from using the toilet for 3 days. So
What?
Yeah, so that's apparently one of the Indonesian tribes, which we'll talk about in a future show. So I wrote him back and I said, thank you, Perry, for
Isn't
listening.
getting married enough?
That's right.
Isn't the thought the next day of what the hell did I do? Isn't that enough? Now you got to worry
Come
about
on.
being backed up.
Come on, you're married over 35, 36
And can
years
you
now.
imagine? Can you just imagine the thought of what is going to come out in 4 days
That's right.
when these people are together for the first time?
Okay, well, we'll have to find all that out in a future episode of
And where is this? Indonesia?
Indonesia. It's one of the Indonesian tribes. According to Perry, who wrote in.
According to Perry,
Right.
who's backed up himself. I
No,
think.
he's not. I wrote him and I thanked him for the information. And he said, hi to you both.
He
Yes.
said, I'll get back to you. I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's right. No, he's not. No, he's never going to write us again now. Don't make fun of the people. Listen, if they took the time to send us an email, he said yes.
Plumber Perry.
The article sent was for your upcoming show.
Perry.
You're such
That's
a
from the
you know-
movie Arthur.
Yes, I know. You're such a girl from California.
Yeah.
So Perry listens to our show on News Talk 1010 in Toronto, which is on the iHeartRadio network all across Canada. He listens to us on Fridays and on Saturdays. He said Sunday, but it's actually Saturday. He doesn't even know what day of the week it is, but it's okay. He says he laughs with both of us. He laughs with us for your useless information and to now, Nick, on your totally useless BlackBerry. Because we talked about the BlackBerry a couple of episodes ago. So thank you very much, Perry, for
Now
your
Perry's
email.
famous in Canada.
Yeah, he is. And not because of the plunger. Come on. Perry, thank you very much on behalf of all of us here. Hey, today we talked about cars. We talked about music. We talked about expressions. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
A Florida woman was arrested after throwing and knocking things down at McDonald's.
Yeah.
The woman, identified as Tiana Jones, 22, intended to pick up her order of a Happy Meal, a chocolate shake, filet of fish sandwich, tea, and fries after placing the order online. When she arrived at the drive-thru, she was directed to pull ahead to the third window. Instead, Jones ignored those directions. She parked her car and entered the restaurant to address the mistake when she realized her order was wrong.
No. So she went inside.
The McDonald's surveillance video captured Jones' interaction with employees. She became so irate that it
She
led...
was on the McVideo?
She was, and she was so irate that she called 911.
I'm at McDonald's. I'm 5 months pregnant. These people don't know how to run a McDonald's. Come on. I want my money. They trying to cheat me out my money. I want my money.
She called 911 because they got her order wrong. Now, This is serious. You don't call 911 for something like that.
Well, they were busy booking the Hamburglar, probably.
They were probably, exactly. But please, I know we kid around on the show. Do not call 911 unless it's an actual emergency. Okay, having said that.
Oh, listen, not getting the fish sandwich is a big deal.
No, but it's not an emergency, okay? It's a problem.
Not.
It's not. Okay. Jones's sister...
Dial 912 for that.
Right, yes. Jones's sister attempted to calm her down, but she couldn't do that. In addition, McDonald's even offered to reimburse Jones, but she refused.
Huh.
The 22-year-old started knocking over food condiments from the counter and later went behind the counter. And
She jumped behind the counter.
She jumped behind the counter, maybe applied...
Into the belly of the beast of McDonald's.
And started to throw out the stacks of cups and causing all kinds.
This is all hell breaking loose.
While Jones would eventually exit the McDonald's...
Did she have long red hair and pigtails? And was her name Wendy?
No, it wasn't. You know what? She was a redhead with pigtails, and she was wearing a crown.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, my uncle's the Burger King.
That's right. That's right. All right, Wendy, shut up.
I'll teach you.
So she leaves the McDonald's.
This isn't a bun. This is a bastard.
Well, speaking of buns, funny you should say that. She eventually left McDonald's, but not before twerking towards the surveillance camera.
Oh, so she showed her buns.
Exactly, because they got her buns wrong. Here is audio from Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd.
I don't know what was wrong with her that night. I don't know if she was like 2 fries short of a Happy Meal, or maybe she was short of the Happy Meal completely. But she created a McMess, and she acted like a McNut.
Can we get this guy on the show?
So I have to play it again. So this is Sheriff Grady Judd talking about this person that went nuts at McDonald's.
I don't know what was wrong with her that night. I don't know if she was like 2 fries short of a Happy Meal, or maybe she was short of the Happy Meal completely. But she created a McMess, and she acted like a McNut.
Okay. Now, this is the man of the law. Explain.
This explains them to you. See, we have a real sense of humor down here in Florida.
Oh, you have to.
Oh,
come on.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on down here. I mean, we got the governor going after Disney World.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody's safe.
So
no
listen,
cartoon character is safe here in Florida.
That's right, not even a clown. So Tiana's, we'll call her Wendy, faces burglary with assault, criminal mischief.
Why burglary? Why burglary?
She probably took some of the stuff that she, like some of the
Something's
cups and
fishy here, and it's not her sandwich.
That was the problem. There was
Did she steal something? Did she take something with her? Did she...
Burglary with assault and criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, and misuse of 911, which is quite serious.
So she's going away. She's going to Florida prison.
She is. And according to the sheriff...
I don't know what was wrong with her that night. I don't know if she was like 2 fries short of a Happy Meal.
I'm Sheriff Buford Plus.
From Polk County. Anyway, that's all the time that we...
From Polk County.
How far away is Polk County from where you are?
What are you talking about? That's where my mailbag was from. Polk County, I believe. My son went to school up there, yeah.
Wow. So, wait a minute. This wasn't your son in Red Pigtails, was it?
No. This wasn't my daughter-in-law either.
Okay.
Her name is not Wendy.
No.
No. And she only eats at Chick-fil-A.
Never on Sunday.
Which is a girl that I knew from high school.
That's right. Lay was her middle name. That's all the time that we have for this episode of Totally...
I say bring back the McRib. Bring back the McRib.
Totally useless information with Nick and Roy. We will scour the internet and other sources to find and gather all kinds of useless information for you next time.
Until then, go to the website and look at the birthday thing. You're going to love it, guys. I'm serious. It's amazing. Tell a friend about the trend. Tell everybody about the show. And tell them to go to nickandroy.com to listen in.
And don't forget to leave your voicemail message on the website, nickandroy.com. I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. pete'speetsa.com. And by Pete's Pizza, celebrating 40 years serving the St. Catharines and Niagara Falls area. Pete's Pizza. Life is not about finding yourself, it's about finding pizza. If you're hungry, visit petespizzaniagara.ca.